In our previous two episodes, we left Dawson City in the Yukon Territory and drove across the ridges of the mountains on the Top of the World Highway, eventually entering Alaska at Polka Creek, and continued on a somewhat precarious Taylor Highway, where we encountered several herds of migrating caribou obstructing the road before entering the gold rush town of Chicken. We have been experiencing rain on and off all day as we continue south on the Taylor Highway, gradually leaving the Klondike region, headed south for the TOK Cutoff and the Wrangell Mountains of Central Alaska. From Florida to Alaska, from the East Coast to the West Coast, join Jane and Steve celebrating their 50th wedding anniversary, traveling across North America in the CoolNanaCoach, their 27-foot Freedom Elite Class C motorhome, as they visit the many beautiful points of interest in all 50 United States on their golden anniversary adventure.
Please hit that subscribe button and hit the bell so you won't miss our future episodes.
With apparent poor weather looming, we regrettably leave the Alaskan town of Chicken, continuing on the Taylor Highway. Chicken is the first town we encountered upon entering Alaska, and we were excited to see folks so inviting and thriving in such a rural and remote place. The Taylor Highway is promoted as being a sand-gravel road from Jack Wade Junction to Chicken, and a paved road from Chicken to the Teslin Junction, with sharp curves, major elevation changes, and can be found to be treacherously narrow throughout. Maintenance of the highway is terribly deficient compared to the maintenance of the Top of the World Highway provided by the Yukon Territory Highway Department. Now that we have made it to Chicken, the prospect of a paved highway is certainly welcomed. But we found that one man's definition of a paved highway and our definition are somewhat at odds with each. This road is partially paved, partially gravel and chip seal, and is rut-filled, pothole-filled, and provides ongoing examples of driving over repetitive frost heaves. It is mapped as a 66-mile drive from Chicken to the Teslin Junction, so with the inclement weather, we decided our stay destination would be TOK, perhaps an hour drive or so away. Not to be. Although there are several stretches where you can drive at speeds up to 50 miles per hour, there are equally more stretches where 20 miles per hour is the best you can do in a Class C RV pulling a toad. The surrounding mountainous scenery is incredibly beautiful and completely pristine, and we pull off the road for a few minutes into a gravel lot and have some lunch while admiring the surrounding mountains. After 15 or 20 minutes, we continue onward. Once again, the weather is changing, and it looks like some rain might be in store for us. With dark, heavy skies ahead, as we spot the Alaska Range in the distance, we pass a road work ahead sign. Strange that there would be workers on the road on a Sunday, let alone on the Father's Day holiday. So we press on. The rattling and shaking in the CoolNanaCoach is concerning and fatiguing, but adds also to the sense of adventure. But having been driving now some 5 hours, we are fatigued and looking forward to reaching our camping location, having some dinner, and getting some rest. We come across a flagman sign and a second road work ahead sign and wonder, really, on a Sunday?
Washout.
We cross the crest of a hill at the bottom of a steep downgrade. Uh-oh. The road has been washed out and a construction crew is working very hard to repair and reopen the road. The flagman stops all traffic as we come behind a small Class C RV that we have been behind most of our trip today. There aren't many motorists on the road so far, so there are only a few vehicles awaiting passage. After a frustrating 35-minute wait, a pilot car leads a small convoy through the hastily filled washout, where the crew has installed a new culvert for the creek that apparently caused the road damage. The unfinished roadbed is soft and uneven, and the RV ahead of us sinks deeply into the sand as it makes its way through the construction area. Concerned and a tad worried, we make our way through as well.
You want me to take this?
Yeah.
Because I am.
Good. Good. Very good when the guy goes in. Look at that grab leg. Look it goes. Look it goes. Big hole right in the right cell. Shit. These guys are crazy. I'm making big ruts. So is the This guy's twin brother's a flame on the other side, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, definitely twin brother.
Please hit that subscribe button so that you'll be notified as our future episodes are released and help us build our channel. And please tell your friends about us and invite them to join us for our future episodes.
It's been a long day, and we finally make it to Teslin Junction and are once again on the Great Alaska Highway. We head west toward TOK. It's nearly 10 p.m. and the sun has not set yet. It's biologically confusing as we enjoy daylight nearly 20 hours a day here in the northern regions of Alaska. We come across the Alaska State TOK River Campground, a few miles east of TOK. It's a very nice camp, directly on the highway, with the TOK River running around it and eventually crossing the highway. It's a great breeding ground for the Alaska state bird, the mosquito, and they are very abundant here, so we won't be taking any walks this evening. It's a nice-sized dry camping site, as most of the provincial and state campgrounds have been where we have camped for the past month or so, and the CoolNanaCoach and Equinox fit perfectly in our assigned camping spot. The right price is at hand too, at only $18 a night. There is hardly any traffic on the highway, and it is nice and quiet as we enjoy dinner and retire for the night. And after a restful night, after yesterday's exciting drive, we leave the TOK River State Campground and head west on the Great Alaska Highway, now known as Alaska Number 2, once again, only this time it's a beautifully paved, smooth, flat road. We haven't enjoyed a road this good in over 300 miles. It is quite strange here in the CoolNanaCoach with the road noise and the rattling of the coach completely absent, at least for the time being, as we drive 12 miles into the first major town we visited here in Alaska, TOK. TOK is 321 miles east of Fairbanks and is known as the sled dog capital of Alaska. Many of its residents are involved in some way with dogs and dog mushing. TOK was established during the construction of the Alaska Highway in the early 1940s. It has been historically and continues to be a trade center for the Athabascan villages of Northway, Tetlin, Tanacross, Matasta, Eagle, and Dot Lake. TOK's location between the Alaska mountain range and the Matasta Mountains makes it a truly stunning location with dramatic landscapes and an abundance of wildlife. We'll fuel up here and wash off as much of the mud from our vehicles as possible. And yes, you see that sign correct, $5.74 a gallon for gasoline. If that sounds high for you, you should have seen what we had to pay for gasoline in Canada. In the province of Alberta, the price ran approximately $6.56 a gallon. In British Columbia, $8.70 a gallon. And in the Yukon Territory, $10.24 a gallon, and at one place as high as $14 a gallon. We'll stop off for a quick visit to the TOK Visitor Center before leaving the Alaska Highway and turning south on the TOK cutoff to Alaska Number 1. Please join us for our next episode as we travel the TOK cutoff on the Glen Highway for one of Alaska's incredibly scenic drives to the central Alaskan town of Glen Allen on Jane and Steve's Golden Anniversary Adventure.